Ranjit. Welcome to Math Fun. Today we're going to talk about evaluating piecewise functions. So this is a piecewise function. This is a piecewise function because it is a function constructed from different parts of functions. So negative 2x minus 5 and 2x are different parts of functions, right? Because like for example, like y equals negative 2x minus 5 and y equals 2x. Right, like y equals negative 2x minus 5 is a function, right? Yeah. So negative 2x minus 5 is just a different part of that function, right? And 2x is also a different part of that function. Yeah. These are different parts of function. These are different parts of function. These are different parts of functions over different intervals, which are the inequalities as you can see above. To evaluate a piecewise function, look at the number which both inequalities are comparing. So here you can see it's negative 1, right? So look at, okay, and in the example above, it is negative 1, right? So as you can see above, both the inequalities are comparing the number negative 1. F of x, also known as function of x, will now, we have learned this before. So I will now become f negative 1, right? Because since the inequalities are both comparing like negative 1, we are just going to do function of negative 1 to see which different part of function we're going to solve, right? Based on the inequality, right? That's why we're using f negative 1. Now, see which inequality, also known as the interval, right? So, can include negative 1, right? Now we have to see which inequality can include negative 1. I mean, in all piecewise functions, there will always be, in all piecewise functions, there will always be one inequality which could equal the function of the number, and there will always be one inequality where the inequality won't equal that number, right? So, well, as you can see above, f negative 1 could equal if x is less than or equal to negative 1, but f negative 1 will not equal x greater than negative 1, right? So it will always be like this. The piecewise functions will always be like this. There is no piecewise function which will have inequalities, which will have both inequalities having negative 1, right? Not both inequalities will include the value negative 1. Only one of them will include the value of negative 1. That's like that in many piecewise functions. That's kind of the format. So we have two of them above, x less than or equal to -1, x greater than -1. The x less than or equal to -1 includes -1 as a value in the piece of different function -2x minus 5. Solve the expression -2x minus 5 by plugging -1 into x, becoming -2 times -1, which is 2. If you remember your integer rules, the two negatives, if you multiply the two negatives, it becomes into positive. So it will become -2 times -1 is 2. And then 2 minus 5 is -3. So function of -1 is now -3. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a great time watching Math Fun.